I'm Jen, the Playmaker with Playmaker Coaching. Today, we're talking about 3 ways you can elevate your online presence. This month in our marketing MVP for advisors, we're talking about some of the basics of how do you get started and really customize and make your online brand attract your ideal client. So I want to share 3 things that some of these are the staples that hopefully you all know about, but at least one of them I think is the one that I often see overlooked and what that might mean for you of how you can make sure that you're not missing out on that. So the first thing, the number one thing, right, is our message. Is how do we connect with our ideal client and also show how you're a little bit different than everyone else out there. You know, that you don't want to be in the sea of sameness of I provide financial security. Everybody says that. What makes you different? How can you be unique? And how can you be you? So it starts there. So I think you all know that. I know that sometimes that can feel daunting and overwhelming, though. And that's where we love to partner, just like we did recently with Mike Riggs, to be able to find out his unique message, who he is as an individual, and really tell that story. So if you're stuck there, reach out to us. We're always open to having a conversation to help bring that to light because everyone is different. Sometimes it's just hard to see for ourselves, right? We're inside versus outside being able to look in. So it's digital presence, the your brand messaging. Number 2, this one might be a little bit less common, certainly in the work I see with clients. It's kind of the next level up is thinking about your brand design when you're thinking about your online presence. What's that look and the feel? What imagery are you using? Are you using some photos that make you feel human, that people can connect to? Maybe some graphics to help illustrate your process or your approach, or some photos that show us who your clients are. There's various different levels to this, from just a simple family photo or personal photo to really show who you are, or something where you're speaking in front of a group, to ones that are much more customized from scratch for your brand, that you can maybe even trademark and everything, that it's part of your brand presence. We have a great brand photography guide. That's one tool that you could use to help in this space. So if you're interested in that, let us know. We'll certainly send that to you. So just send us a DM and we'll get that to you if that would be helpful. So think about that style, that look and feel. Are you a person that uses emojis? Are you a person that's very professional all the time? Or when you're meeting with your clients, you're a little bit more laid back? How can that come through in terms of the way that your visual elements show up on your branding, on your online presence? So number 3, the one that I promise is the one that most people overlook and don't think about. And I know sometimes it can be hard, especially if you're in professional services, because you're dealing with compliance, you're dealing with confidentiality, different things of how to navigate it. But the third one is how can you drive traffic, drive people to your online presence? And while some of you may be doing some basic social media posts, there's more you can certainly do there in social media posts. But in addition to that, directly on your website and on your online presence, you can be thinking about how you're linking to other organizations, but also what organizations can link to you. That third party kind of validation that people are driving people to your site is huge. So maybe you're featured in a publication, or when you do a sponsorship or advertisement, can they link to your site on their page rather than just throw your logo up there? Those are some things. Can somebody else post some of content recognizing you as a speaker or as a authority in a certain space? So think about that. One of the things that I love to do for our clients, like we just did for Mike, and we do for pretty much all of our clients when we're helping them in their brand presence, is make sure that once we do all this work on updating their website, their social media profiles, is that we also have some launch communications of sending an email out to our clients, to our and posting on social to say, hey, check us out. We'd love to hear your thoughts, get your feedback. Tell us what you think as we've kind of rebranded and elevated. Want to make sure that this story resonates with you. And if there's anybody else that you think it maybe resonates with as well, to share that on. So think about those 3 things as some additional ways that you can elevate your online presence. First and foremost, what's your brand message? What makes you different from other people? Number 2, How can you enhance the design and add some visual elements that really represent you? And number three, how can you drive more traffic to your online presence? Maybe it's just your email signature, certain little things that you can do, but don't forget about that. We'll be back next week, same time, Tuesdays at noon, talking about more marketing winning plays to help you create a system to track more ideal clients, create more raving fans. We'll see you then. Have a great week.